Well, welcome back. Well, Keely Schlichting and Sarah, I love this name, Sarah Mastera are with us this morning to talk about Bell Bank Mortgage and explain what you need to know about mortgage rates.
Thank you, ladies, for coming in today. And I guess number one, we said this kind of leading into the segment, why do you not want to wait and why could that be costly? Can we start with that?
Absolutely. It's basically the rates are likely going to keep just rising. There really isn't a bad time ever to buy a home, but getting in now while rates they're still very low, just see what your buying ability is because it can be impacted as rates do rise.
You see some places, I don't know if y'all do this, where they promote where, hey, come in, lock in a rate, and you can keep that rate locked in for, you know, maybe what, 6 months to a year? Is that a fair number? Do you guys do something like that, or is that possible?
We actually do. We have what's called an extended lock. So if someone is building new construction and their project's not going to complete for 6 to 8, 9 months, we do have that option for consumers.
Now, I just read something this morning that one of the best days to buy a house or close on a house is the day after Christmas, I think. So it's not necessarily a bad time to buy a house just because it's winter time, right? Or cold out. I feel like I don't want to be moving boxes right now, but you might save money.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely no like Black Friday special when it comes to interest rates or home prices, but there's never a bad time. And, you know, yes, no one wants to move here in the wintertime, but there's always the opportunities out there. There's always constantly new programs. With those programs, they're going to, you know, be offering the best rate possible. One of the things too that we were looking into is something called even rate guard, where you can possibly lock in before you even have a purchase agreement.
Wow.
Yeah, there's just tools out there that you may not know about, but get in and talk to somebody.
So explain to people what it means to obviously their wallet. So if I come in and let's say you lock me in at 4 and rates even go up to 4.25, 4.5, you know, how much money am I actually saving by doing something now rather than waiting?
So as interest rates rise, what it does is it decreases your buying power. For example, on this illustration, it shows if we want a $1,000 payment, and as the interest rates are about 4.5, that can purchase almost a $200,000 home. If interest rates continue to rise to upwards of 6, that purchase price of a property can decrease to about $168,000.
Wow.
So that's a big spread to maintain that payment of $1,000. So, you know, that's truly the biggest piece of the puzzle is, does this house fit in your budget? And so as interest rates increase, it can decrease your buying power.
Which is tough because there's not a lot of houses out there unless you got, you know, the 197 market or whatnot, right?
Right. That's your perfect first-time homebuyer house in our market, that 200 and under.
So what are the rates at now?
They're tickling. Again, depends on what you're looking to get. Yeah, what day, what program, you know, as I think we're kind of talking about, there's many different variables that affect the one thing you don't want to do is when you're talking to friends or coworkers or family, one interest rate is not the same for the next because there are just different variables. You know, your type of loan, your credit score, what's your down payment, what loan program are you in? Those all have a factor in your interest rate. So it's just best that you don't listen necessarily to everybody. It's to each is your own. You got to go figure out what is customized to you.
I think there's a commercial on TV where they're throwing out all the different, you know, APR and the different fees. So it makes sense to talk to an expert and do your homework before you go and fall in love with a home, actually.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. So we highly recommend that you start with that pre-approval, know your budget, and your lender helps you with the price point. The additional thing is, like you said, you can see things online, and the biggest comparison to compare lender to lender is to look at the APR. The APR shows you the true cost of the loan over the life of the loan. So
over the life of the loan, that's key. Well, thank you ladies so much for coming in, and we appreciate all of the information. You make it seem so easy to understand, but it's not for us. That's why we need to talk to you guys.
Yes,
that's why we need you.
So if they want more information, how do they get a hold of you?
You can go to our website, just bellbanks.com, or reach us at 701-298-1540.
Thanks for coming
Thanks,
in.
you guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
All right, coming up on North Cottage.